Welcome to Maths Entry. This is Edexcel GCSE 2025 November 2H calculator version. Question 1, Part A, write 5.63 into 10 to the power of 7 as an ordinary number. When we are asked to write any number as an ordinary number, we have to write the number as its lengthiest form. It means you have to split the number as the fullest form. So how do we write this one as the fullest form? You can straight away use the calculator for this question, as this 10 to the power of this part is the smallest one. So let's use the calculator. So 5.63 into 10 to the power of 7 equals then 56,300,000. Let's write the answer here. 56,300,000. Right, what if this power is huge? Still, you should know how to get it manually. In this case, 5.63 into 10 to the power of 7. How do we split this one? How do we write it as an ordinary number? This is the theory. So you need to, make this decimal point jump here. So 1, 2, I'm making this decimal point jump twice. 1, 2. Then you need to subtract 2 powers from this 7. So I made this decimal point jump twice. Then it became 563. Then 5 more powers are 5 more tens are remaining. For the remaining powers, for the remaining tens to be added here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remaining 5 tens to be replaced here with zeros. Is it clear? First, you need to make this decimal point jump. Once you are done with jumping this decimal point here, I can make this jump only twice, right? There are only 2 digits that I can make this jump. Once I made it jump twice, I'm done because there are no more jumps that I can make this. Then once I made this jump twice, I'm done with this decimal point. After that, 5 more powers are remaining here. 5 more tens are remaining here. After that, I need to add those tens. I need to add those zeros here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm adding those zeros here. Then my number would be 56,300,000. That's it. That's how we are doing. If not, if the power is very small, straight away use the calculator. This one, when we are doing standard form, if the number is a decimal one, still you are asked to write as a standard form. Write the number here 0.00000354 in standard form. Then you got to figure out where the decimal point is. Here, this is the decimal point. Then you have to bring the decimal point in between first and second significant figure. So this is the first significant figure. Leading zeros, these are the leading zeros. Leading zeros are not significant figures. Therefore, you have to ignore these leading zeros as your significant figures. Then this is the first significant figure. 3 is the first significant figure. 5 is the second significant figure. Therefore, you need to make this decimal point jump in between 3 and 5. Let's bring it 3.54 into 10 to the power. How many times did you make this jump now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You made it jump 5 times. Then we write it 5. Since you made it jump backward, here this is your number. being at this number, you made it jump backward. Here you went to this side, then backward. Since you went backward, you're making this one negative. Then your answer is 3.54 into 10 to the power minus 5. Always, if the number is a decimal one, the power is negative. If the number is a whole number, the power is positive. Question 2. A equals 2 into 15. B equals 8 into 5 into 7. Write AB as product of its prime factors. So we need to leave AB as product of its prime factors. What is a product first of all? What is a product? You should know what's a product in mathematics. Product. Product means a multiplication. In maths, product means a multiplication. So you should remember this one, multiplication. Multiplication. Right. We know what a product now. And prime factors. What are prime numbers first of all? Prime numbers. Prime numbers are the numbers where you can have only one and itself as their product factors. If I get prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, likewise, they endless. Prime numbers are endless. So if we get prime numbers, if you get any number, there are no any other numbers, only one and itself are the factors. Now, if you get this one, number 2, if we get number 2, 1 and this itself are only factors that you can get. Factors means the numbers that you can divide this number without any remainders. Now, if I get 19, there are only 1 and 19 are the numbers that you can divide this number without any remainders, right? If we get 13, only 1 and 13 are the numbers that you can divide this one without any remainders. So they are very unique numbers, prime numbers. So prime factors are the factors which are prime factors and they are prime. So you have to get here AB as a product of its prime factors. Now we need to get A here 2. Now 15 is not a prime factor. You need to get it as a prime factor. So let's get 15, write 15 also as a prime factor. So 15 cannot be divided by 2. Therefore, I'm using prime number. 3 is a prime number. So 5. Right. Now I'm writing this A with using prime factors. 3 and 5. Next one is B. So B can be written as 8 can be written in this way using prime numbers. Here 2, 4, 2. Right. Now 8 can be written with 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 7. Now here we have only prime factors. We have here only prime factors. Here I used only prime numbers to indicate this one with prime factors. Right. Now let's write here. A into B. AB means A into B. Now let's write as a product. A into 3, 2 into 3 into 5. Now let's write what B is into 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 7. Now let's group them into like 2's to close together. 2 into, I'm having 3 2's here. So let's write them close together. We are having 1 3 here. And 2 5's. And 1 7. So this is the answer. Question 3. There are black pens, green pens, red pens, pink pens, and orange pens in a box. Kate is going to take at random a pen from the box. The table shows the probability that pen will be red. Number of black pens, number of green pens, number of red pens is equal to 5's to 2's to 3. The number of pink pens is 4 times the number of orange pens. Work out the probability that the pen will be black or pink. Right. We need to get the probability that the pen will be black or pink. Let's do it in this way. Now we know that. Let's derive this ratio first. 5's to 2's to 3 means black, green, and red. Okay. After that, we can write 3 parts. Because red, the probability is given by 3 parts are represented by 0.27 probability. Then 1 part can be figured out by 0.27 to be divided by 3, which gives out 0.09. So here, if you want to get the probability of green, green is represented by 2 parts. Then let's get the probability for the green. Then I'm getting 2 parts. 2 parts equals, if 1 part represented by 0.09, then I can get 2 parts, 0.09 to be multiplied by 0.09 to be multiplied by 2, which gives out 0.18. 0.18. Then we can fill this out as 0.18. Sorry, it is green. 0.18. For black, it is 5 parts, then 5 parts, 0.09 to be multiplied by 5, which gives out 0.09, 0.09 to be multiplied by 5, which gives out 0.45, 0.45. Right, now let's move on to this statement here. The number of pink pens is 4 times the number of orange pens. So we can convert this one into mathematical terms. The number of pink pens is. So in mathematics, is, am, are all the be verbs to be converted with equal sign. So number of pink pens is pink. Then we'll convert pink is 4 times. 4 times means multiplied by orange pens. Orange pens. So let's write it in this way. Pink equals 4 times. Let's get it as X. Then pink, if we are getting pink as X, orange can be written as 4X. So then we know that all the probabilities to be added and equal to 1. Then we can write here 0.45 plus 0.18 plus 0.27 plus x plus 4x equals 1, because all the probabilities to be equated to 1. Then use calculator. 0.45 plus 0.18 plus 0.27 equals 0.9. So 0.9 plus x plus 4x 5x equals 1. Then here 0.5x. When 0.9 goes to this side, 1 minus 0.9, which becomes as 0.1. Then x will be 0.1 divided by 5. So 0.1 divided by 5 gives out 0.02. 0.02. Then we have the probability here. This one, 0.02. 0.02. X equals 0.02. 4x means 0.08. Right, we need to get the probability that the pen will be black or pink. So black or pink, probability black or pink. So or means in probability, or means addition, and means multiplication, or means addition. Therefore, we need to add. So black means, the probability of black means 0.45. Pink means 0. Pink means 4x. Here I made a mistake here. 0.8. Here x. Orange is x. Here we got pink as 4x. So here 0.45, 0.08, which gives out 0.53. Question 4. Trains to London leave a train station every 26 minutes. Trains to Cardiff leave the same train station every 30 minutes. A train to London and train to Cardiff both leave the train station at 7:45 a.m. Show that next time a train to London and a train to Cardiff both leave the train station at the same time is after 2 p.m. So this is the story. Now there's a train, the two trains left the same train station at 7:45 a.m. So let's assume that there are two trains like this. Okay, now these are the true. Okay, these are the two trains. Now there are two engine drivers. They say hello and they are leaving the train station at the same time. Okay, at 7:45 a.m. Now they both left at 7:45 a.m. After that, next two trains, this one, let's say that this is to London, this is London, this is to Cardiff. Next train after 26 minutes. This one after 30 minutes. Again, next train, again 26 minutes, 30 minutes, again 26 minutes, 30 minutes, 26 minutes, 30 minutes. At one point, let's say they meet at the same time again. We have to show that they meet at 2 so that they are meeting at 2 after 2 p.m. After 2 p.m. This is the thing that we need to show now. Now, how do we prove that one? The two trains left the same train station at 7:45 a.m. We have to show that at 2 p.m., after 2 p.m., they align. Now, we need to show that these two trains, they align. So, if we can figure out the common multiple of this 26 and 30 minutes, then we are done. So let's figure out the common multiple of these both of the time. It means the time that they are common multiple. The 26, so you need to figure out 26, again next 26, next 26, next 26, next 26. So passing the time like this, 26, 26. So this is 2 times 26. This is 3 times 26. This is 4 times 26. This is 5 times 26. So time is going like that. This is 2 times 30. This is 3 times 30. It goes on like that. At one point, these two times they align. So we need to figure out at what point. It might be 6 times 26, 6 times 30. Sometimes they will align. We need to figure out at what point they align. To figure it out, we need to get the lowest common multiple. At what is the lowest multiple that they both align? So to figure it out, you need to get the LCM. Let's get what the LCM is. So I'm going to divide by 2. This is 13. 2 times 13 is 26. 2 times 15 is 30. So now I'm done dividing this one. So next, smallest possible number is 3. 13, 3 times 5. So 5, 13, 1. 13 times 1, 1. So we are done dividing. Then let's figure out what the LCM is. 2 into 3 into 5 into 13. This is the lowest common multiple. So 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5 into 13. It is 390. So the answer is 390. So 390 minutes is the common multiple. So once we are passing 390 minutes, they both align. So there are 390 minutes. We are getting, again, they both align. So let's figure it out how many hours are inside this 390 minutes. To figure out how many hours inside this one, we need to divide by 60. Let's divide this one by 60. 39 divided by 6. 6.5. 6.5 means 6 hours and 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Then from 7:45 a.m. you need to go 6 hours and 30 minutes. Then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way you have to go 6 hours. So let's add 6 hours and 30 minutes. Let's add. So 5, 4 plus 3, 75. 75 means we need to get 1 hour to this side. Then here we are getting 60 out of this one, 15 minutes. So we are taking 1 hour here. Then 6 plus 6, 12, 13, 12, here 13, 14. Which means 14, 15. Again, both the trains align at 14:15, which means 2:15 p.m. Question 5. Here is a rectangle. 4 of these rectangles and a shaded square are used to make the square ABCD below. The perimeter of square ABCD is 74 centimeter. Work out the perimeter of the shaded square. So we need to get the perimeter of this one. Let's see the things that we've been given here. So we have this rectangle. Here now we've been given this rectangle and 4 of these rectangles are used to create the square of ABCD. Then we know that this is 2x, this is 2x, and this is x minus 4. Here, this side is x minus 4. Therefore, this is x minus 4. Since these 4 rectangles being used to create this ABCD square. Right, now let's get the length of AB. Length of AB equals x minus 4 plus 2x, which gives out as 3x minus 4. Therefore, perimeter of ABCD equals, so we have such 4 sides, right? A, B, C, D, A. So there are 4 sides of these sides. Then 4 times, because this is 3x minus 4, this is 3x minus 4, this is 3x minus 4, this is also 3x minus 4. Since we have 4 equal sides, since this is a square, we are multiplying this all 4 sides. Since all 4 sides are equal, 3x minus 4 to be multiplied by 4 to get the perimeter. Then this perimeter is given as 74. Then 74 is equal to, this is 12x minus 16. Then 74, when 74 comes to this side, then 74 plus 16. 74 plus 16 equals 90. Then 12x equals 90. Then x equals 90 divided by 12. Which is 7.5. Then we have x equals 7.5. So x equals 7.5, which means this side is 7.5 minus 4, which is 3.5. And this side is also 3.5. Now we need to get this side. This side. So let's get what BC is. So we got what BC is. BC is this one, or AB, BC. BC equals 3x minus 4, which is 7.5 into 3 minus 4. 7.5 into 3 minus 4, which gives out 18.5. So the full length is 18.5. Then to get this length, let's get shaded side. Shaded side equals BC, which is 18.5 minus 3.5 minus 3.5. Okay, this full length is 18.5. This full length is 18.5. Here we got it, which is 7.5. 3x minus 4 is, which is 18.5. Then if this one is 18.5, this part is 3.5. This part is also 3.5, which is 3.5 plus 3.5, which is 7. Then 18.5 minus 7 becomes 18.5 minus 7, which gives out 11.5. So this shaded length, one length is 11.5. Then let's get the perimeter of the shaded one. There are 4 sides since it is a square. Then 4 times 11.5. This side is 11.5. This side is 11.5 because this is a square. This side is equal to this side. This side is equal to this side. This is also 11.5. This is also 11.5. Then we need to add all 4 sides. The perimeter means adding all 4 outer lines. Then let's multiply by 4, which gives out 11.5 multiplied by 4, 46. So the final answer is 46. So 46 centimeters. Question 6. The number of diesel cars sold in the UK decreased by 13% between 2021 and 2022. The number of diesel cars sold in the UK in 2022 was 160,950. Calculate the number of diesel cars sold in the UK in 2021. So this is under percentages. So you should memorize the percentage formula. Before doing this one, in percentage questions, there are 2 things that you will have to differentiate. You should know what the new value, what the old value. So when you've been given 2 years, so let's write the 2 years, 2021, 2022. So out of these 2 years, it is obviously 2021 is old because after 2021, we are getting 2022, right? So this is old, this is new. So identifying which year is or which value is new, which value is old is super important. Always when two values are given, identify which one is old value, which one is new value. That is so important. So here now below this each year write the value that you've been given. So let's write the values that we've been given. The number of diesel cars sold in the UK decreased by, so this is another key point, decreased by 13%. Decrease, therefore, minus 13%. Between 2021 and 2022, the number of diesel cars sold in the UK in 2022 was 160,950. So we've been given new value then. Calculate the number of diesel cars sold in the UK in 2021. Then we need to get the value in 2021, which is the value in old value. We can get it as P because P stands for principal value, or you can get it as X. That's also totally fine. So what is the now formula for this one? What is the very important formula for the percentages? So there is value, new value. Check out whether you can memorize this formula. New value equals old value or original value times within brackets 1 plus or minus depending on the story. Okay, depending on the question, you have to decide whether you have to write plus or minus. R over 100. Right, now let's write down these notations. N, number of years. R, percentage. So old value, you should know that old value means original value, initial value, principal value, always that the value that you are starting off with. That is the thing. Markup price, right? New value is the selling price or the after effect one. Here, n number of years, always we don't have to use here. Now, in this case, this condition, we don't have to deal with this n because there is no, we always use this n when we have to deal with compound interest. In this case, we don't have to deal with this compound interest. Now, this is the formula. Let's plug in the values for this one. New value, yes, it is given 160,950. Old value, we have been given. So let's get it as P 1 minus, because the percentage is getting decreased, 13 over 100. Right, this 100 is fixed. Don't write a percent, just write 13, not 13% again, because I'm writing here 100. Right now, I need to get what P is. Therefore, I'm subjecting P. I'm keeping P here. 160, 950. I'm sending this whole set to this one. This is connected with multiplication. Then when it goes to this side, it becomes a division. We call this one multiplying factor. This is multiplying factor. For multiplying factor, you are getting 1 mark. So now let's use the calculator and get the answer. Hundred and 950 over 1 minus 13 over 100. 185,000. So the answer is 185,000. Question 7. 450 grams of flour is mixed with 180 grams of butter to make 630 grams of pastry mix. The density of the flour is 0.6 grams per cubic centimeters. The density of the pastry mix is 0.672 grams per cubic centimeter. Work out the density of the butter. So we need to get the density of the butter. How do we get the density of the butter? We know that density equals mass over volume. The formula, you should know it. So let's do this question in this way. Let's categorize the things that in this way. Let's write flour in this way, in this column flour, information on flour, information on butter here, information on pastry mix here. Okay, now you should know this thing. Here, if I get this is density equals mass over volume. So if you can memorize this triangle, this is density. Density is here. You should, the order matters. So density should be in this corner. Mass should be here. Volume should be here. You should, this order matters. So density, why if you start with density, then density equals, can you see mass is top, mass over volume. So let's say you need to get mass, then mass equals, can you see density into, because they are in the same level. Density equals mass into volume. Density equals mass into volume. They are in the same level. So same level things to be multiplied together. Different level things to be division. So let's get volume then. Volume equals, here volume, they are different levels. Mass over density. Right, you can use this one, but to use this triangle, you should memorize the order here. Mass, density, volume. Okay, now let's label the stuff that we've been given here. Here we've been given mass of the flour is 450 grams. Is mixed with 180 butter. Here 630 grams. And what else? The density of the flour is, density is given here 0.6 grams per cubic centimeters. And here density of the pastry mix is also given 0.672 grams per cubic centimeters. And work out the density of the butter. So we need to get density here. Then let's use this triangle. Density equals mass over volume. So let's write the formula mass over volume. So we have mass, then we need to figure out the volume of butter. So how do we get the volume of butter? To get volume of butter, we can get the volume of pastry mix. Because we have mass of pastry mix, we have density of pastry mix, we can use the formula and we can get the volume of pastry mix. So we have the volume of paste mix, then we can get the volume of flour, then we can subtract this one. We have the total volume, we have the volume of the flour. From the total, if we subtract the volume of flour, the remaining volume is the volume of butter. So let's figure out the volume of flour first. So volume equals, here let's use this one, volume equals mass over density. Volume equals mass over density. Then mass equals 450 grams over 0.6, which gives out 450 over 0.6, 750 cubic centimeter. Cubic centimeter. So we have the volume of flour. Let's get the volume of pastry mix. So volume equals mass over density again. Then mass equals 630 grams over 0.672 is the density. Let's divide it again. 630 divided by 0.672 equals 937.5. 937.5. So this is the total volume, because this is the volume of the pastry mix. We are getting the mix. Mix equals volume of butter plus volume of flour. So we have here now the volume of mix, which is 937.5. We have volume of flour, which is 750 cubic centimeter. So if we subtract this much volume of flour from the mix, the remaining volume is volume of butter. So let's figure out the volume of butter. So I'm going to get the volume of butter, which is 937.5 minus 750, which gives out 937.5 minus 750 equals 187.5. 187.5 cubic centimeters. Now we have the volume, now we have the mass, then we can get density. So density equals mass over volume. Density equals mass over volume. Mass is 180 grams. Volume is 187.5 cubic centimeters. Let's use the calculator. 180 divided by 187.5, which gives out 0.96. So 0.96 grams per cubic centimeters. That's the final answer, 0.96. Question 8. The diagram shows a solid cone. Calculate the total surface area of the cone. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So this is a solid cone and we've been asked to get the total surface area. Since this is a solid cone, how many surfaces are there? So there are how many surfaces? This is one surface. We call this one curved surface area. Curved surface area. There's another surface. Since this is a solid, this is filled, this is not a hollow one, this is filled, therefore there's another surface which is this bottom surface, base surface, which is a circle. So there are two surfaces, then total surface area becomes total surface area equals curved surface area plus base surface area, which is circle area. So let's get the curved surface area. What is the formula for the curved surface area? Curved surface area of the cone equals pi r L. Pi r L. Pi r L. L is the slant height. So you know what slant height is? Slant height is this one, L. It is given in the form. Here it is given in the diagram, L. And circle area, you should memorize it, pi r squared. So student gets confused whether it is, oh, this is pi r squared or 2 pi r. Pi r squared, 2 pi r is this one, 2 pi r. Keep it in your head in this way, pi r squared, pi r squared. So for any area we write it, let's say it is, the unit is centimeters, then for area we write squared centimeter, 20 squared centimeter, 10 squared centimeter. So for area formula also for circle, pi r squared. For the circumference, here the outer length, it is 2 pi r. There is no squared for the length, just length. This is length, it is 2 pi r. So remember it in that way. For the outer length, it is just 2 pi r. For the area, it is pi r squared. Let's substitute the values now. Pi r L, pi r. R is the radius, here it is mentioned here. R is this length. We've been given here diameter. So diameter is given. We need to get the half of this length as the radius. Then radius is half of 8, which is 4. 4. L is 12.8. 12.8 plus pi r is again 4 squared. Pi into 4 into 12.8 equals this 160.84 95 plus 50.2654. Okay, now let's get the final answer. $211. So we need to leave our answer to the third significant figure. Yes, to the third significant figure. Final answer is 211. Third significant figure is this one. This is third significant figure. You have to look at the fourth significant figure. Since this is the fourth significant figure, it is less than 5. Therefore, we do not add 1 to this one. So we are ending up as 211. Question 9. The weight of an elephant is 4,100 kilograms. Correct to the nearest 50 kilograms. Complete the error interval for the weight of the elephant. So this is under upper and lower bounds. How do we get this one? This is the keyword of this question, to the nearest 50 kilograms. You need to go to the nearest 50 kilograms. Pick that one, nearest 50 kilograms. Get that one, 50 kilograms. So you have to underline that one whenever you get that. To the nearest. To the nearest what? In this question, 50, and get that one and divide it by 2. So if it is significant figure, if it is decimal point, you have to get the place value. In this case, it is easy. Whatever the given the value, get it and divide it by 2. So it is 25. After that, to get the upper bound and to get the lower bound, so let's get upper bound. So 4,100 plus 25. To get up lower bound, 4,100 minus 25. This is 4,125. This is 4,075. So here, lower bound to be written here 4,075 when writing the error interval. This one 4,125. Question 10. Here are 4 equations. The table gives 2 statements about x and y. Y is directly proportional to x. Y is inversely proportional to x. Match each statement to the letter of the equation that represent the statement. So y is directly proportional to x. Y is directly proportional to x. How do we interpret this one in mathematical way? Y is directly proportional to x. Y is inversely proportional to x. This is the way how we interpret these 2 statements into mathematical equations. Then let's move on to these equations and pick the correct equation according to these equations. So let's move on to this one. First one, y equals 4x, y equals kx. So k can be any number. We know that according to this equation, k is a constant. K can be any number. So y equals kx, y equals 4x. Yes, this one can be this one. Y equals 5x plus 3. This doesn't fit for any of these 2 equations. Y equals 5 over x. This one fit for this one. Y equals 3x squared. No, this doesn't fit for any of these 2 equations. Therefore, A and C are the only 2 equations that match for these 2 equations. Question 11. Part A, expand and simplify. So let's expand first. When expanding, you should pick 2 brackets first. Let's pick these 2 expressions first. So I'm picking 2 expressions first. X plus 4 times x minus 3. So when expanding the brackets, this is the way how we expand. This times this, and this one times this. This times this. This times this. So when multiplying in algebra, x into x, x squared. X into x, x squared. When multiplying, we change the power. When multiplying x into x, x squared, we add the powers. When adding, we do not change the powers. We just simply add in front of numbers, which means 1 plus 1, 2, 2x. So when adding, we do not change the powers. When multiplying, we do change the powers. X into x, x squared. After that, x into minus 3, minus 3x. 4 into x plus 4x. 4 into minus 3, minus 12. Now we need to simplify this one. So you have to add the like terms. X squared is, there's nothing to add with this one. Therefore, we have to write x squared. These two are like terms because x, we can add them. When adding here like this, simply minus 3x plus 4x. When simplifying this one, we do not change the powers. So minus 3 plus 4x, you can use the calculator to simplify this one here. Minus 3 plus 4 equals 1. Then you can write 1x. So in algebra, we can simply write x. So here x minus 12. So this is the answer for this one. Now pick this bracket, which is x plus 6. So in this one into this, this one into this, this one into this, this one into this. Again, this one into this, this one into this. So 6 terms will be there. X squared into x. Now multiplying. When multiplying, we do change the powers. So x cubed. X squared into 6, 6x squared. Here x into x, x squared. X into 6, 6x. Minus 12 into x, minus 12x. Minus 12 into 6, minus 72. Now let's add like terms. X cubed, there is nothing to add with that one. Then x cubed, 6x squared, 7x squared. 6x minus 12x minus 6x minus 72. This is the answer. Part B. Reggie has to solve the inequality 5 here smaller than 4x minus 6 smaller than 12. Here is his working 5 smaller than 4x. There are 3 steps. Reggie's working is wrong. Part B, describe a mistake Reggie has made in his working. So we need to pick what his mistake is. First, you should know how to do this working. When doing this one, there are 2 inequalities. Why? Because there are 2 inequality signs, which means there are 2 inequalities. So when solving out this inequality, now he has done this thing. He has sent this 6 to this side. We can't work out like that. If you are doing something, now if you are adding 6 to this side, you have to add each and everything to all of these inequalities like this. 5 plus 6, 4x minus 6 plus 6, 12 plus 6. So each and every side of the inequality to be added by 6. He has added only to here and to here. He has forgotten about this side. So remember, there are 2 inequalities. You should add here, here, and here. So that's the mistake that he has done. Then let's write the first step. Should add 6 After that he has divided by 4. Here he has divided here by 4, here by 4, here by 4. This step is correct. This is correct. These two steps are correct. Only here he has done a mistake. Question 12. The table shows information about the weights of 300 pumpkins. So there's a frequency table. This table shows information about the weights of 300 pumpkins. Complete the cumulative frequency table for this information. We need to create the cumulative frequency table. How do we create the cumulative frequency table? Which means the running total. So the first one is 25. When we have this one, we add this one to this one. Then 25 plus 40, 25 plus 40, 65. Second one is 65. Next one is 65 plus 130. 195. Next one is 195 plus 55. So we have to add next one always, which is 250. Next one, 250 plus 30, which is 280. Last one, 280 plus 20, 300. So we are done with this one. Part B. Part B is on the grid opposite. Draw a cumulative frequency graph for your table. So let's draw cumulative graph. When drawing the cumulative frequency graph for this table, here we have this table. So this is the table for our data. First one is when drawing it, the first data is 5. Always get the upper bound, 5 and 25. Cumulative frequency, you need to get the cumulative frequency, not the frequency. So 5, 25. First data is 5, 25. 5, 25. So come to 5 and go to 25. So if it's difficult for you to read get the scale, here from here to here, you have 50 units. 50 units all the way. How many squares are? 10 squares. So 5. It means 1 square represents 5 units. In this side, 5 squares, 5 units, and 10 squares, which means half. So one square represent 0.5 units. It means 2 squares. Once you pass 2 squares, 1 unit. Right, let's point now. Second one, 10, 65, 10, 65. Next one, 15, 195, 15, 195. 20, 250, 20, 250. Next one, 25, 280, 25, 280. 30, 300, 30, 300. Let's draw it now. When drawing, you can use straight lines as well or curve. So this is the shape of a snake. This is the shape of a snake. This is the shape that we are getting, shape of a snake. Right. Part C. Use your graph to calculate an estimate for the percentage of 300 pumpkins that have weight greater than 18 kilograms. You must show how you get your answer. 18 greater than 18 kilogram. First, figure out where 18 lies. Let's find where 18 lies. 18. So I told you now when two squares passed 1 unit. So 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 lies here. Let's draw a line from 18. Right. We need to get this reading. So let's get this reading. Now this is 200. It is 220. So it is 220. Then we need to get more than represent this side. So this is more than region. Then to get more than, you need to get all the way this part. This is more than. So remember, to get more than, always you need to get this reading. To get this reading to represent more than, 300 minus 220, which means 80. Then to get the percentage, 80 over 300 into 100. Eighty into 100 over 300. It is 26.6. Which means 26.6%. 27 point. Question 13. Dev has these 7 cards. There are 7 cards here. Dev is going to use 5 of these cards to make a number that is less than 45,000. How many different 5-digit numbers that less than 45,000 can they make? So we need to make 5-digit numbers which are less than 45,000. Let's make 5-digit number which are less than 45,000. First, we need to make the number which is less than 45,000. So if I write the number 45,000, then the maximum possible number that I can get is 4. The maximum possible number that I can get here is 4. Then I have to omit this one, this one, this one, this one as my first number, right? These are the, this one, this one, this one can be the first digit that I can get. So let's make a chart like this. I'm gonna make a chart like this. First digit, after that second digit, after that ways to fill, last 3 position. Total for this first digit. Right. Now let's label the number in this way. One, two, three, four, five. Right. Let's start off with 1 because this is the smallest possible one and maximum possibilities are with 1. So if I'm getting 1, the second possible one, let's get the max. This one is here. It is something like this. If I get 1, so remaining numbers, what are the remaining numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 numbers are remaining. I can pick any number here. So I can pick 3, I can pick 4, I can pick 6, I can pick 7 and 8, 9. Same way, for the next digit, I can pick. Now, once I pick, let's say that I pick 3. Other than 3, I can pick any possibilities, right? Then how many possibilities are there? There are 5 possibilities because I need to leave 1 here. So then how many possibilities are there here? 4 possibilities. How many possibilities are there here? 3. Because once I take 1 here, 5 possibilities are here. Once I take 1 here, 4 possibilities are here. Once I take here, 3 possibilities. So let's multiply together like this. So here the first digit is 1. Second digit, how many possibilities are with the second digit? There are 6 possibilities. Okay, this is possibilities. So there are 6 possibilities. Here, ways to fill last 3 positions, which means this one. Then 5 into 4 into 3. 5 into 4 into 3, which means 60. So altogether, 6 into 60, it is 360. So rather than multiplying, why I'm taking like this, you will understand. Next digit is, let's get next one as, 3. So let's get next one as 3. So same way, if I get 3, there are 6 possibilities here. 6 possibilities here. Same way, 5, 4, 3, 60 again. Here 6 into 60, 360. Same possibilities like this, because second digit, which is less than 4, so I'm getting is 3. So all the way there are 6 possibilities. I can pick any number here which is less than 45,000. So there are 6 possibilities, 5 possibilities, 4 possibilities, 3 possibilities. Same thing as 1. The next one, 4. When picking 4, you have to be careful, because you can't pick every other. Can you pick every digit here? No, you can't pick, because the number should be less than 45,000. You can pick 1. Yes, you can pick 1. So you can pick 1, digit 1. So in this case, rather than possibilities, I'm writing digit here, 1. or we can pick 1 and we can pick 3. 1. So 4 is already taken, therefore no, 4 is not available. 1 and 3, we can't pick 6. Then it is greater than 45,000. Then 1 and 3 are the only digits that are available. Then how many possibilities are there? Only 2 possibilities, right? Only 2 possibilities are available. Here, same way, 5, 4, 3, so 60. Because once we get 1 and 3, we can pick any digits here, then still less than 45,000. There are 5 possibilities, 4 possibilities, 3 possibilities. Then here we have 2 possibilities into 60, then 120. Then let's get all together how many digits will be there. 360 plus 360 plus 120. 360 plus 360 plus 120. They add up to 4. 360 plus 360 plus 120 equals 840. So answer gets 840. Question 14. Here are the first 6 terms of a quadratic sequence. -4, 14, 42, 80, 128, 186. Find an expression in terms of n for the nth term of this sequence. So you should know few notations of this lesson sequences. What is nth term? Nth term means formula. So nth term or expression, same thing. So whenever you see expression, nth term, it means formula. What do you mean by n? What's the meaning of n in these sequences? Now, if I want to talk about n of this one, in this sequence, what's the meaning of n? N means term position. In this case, if I want to talk about 128, n means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, n equals 4, right? So if you want to talk about n, it means term position or term place. The other thing is a. What is a? A equals first term. D equals common difference. So how do we get the common difference? Second term minus first term. Now in this case, 14 minus 4, which becomes 18. Always second term minus first term. Right. Now we've been given that this is a quadratic sequence. Here, quadratic sequence. This is not an arithmetic, this is quadratic. If we've been given a quadratic sequence, there's a formula. If you can memorize this formula, don't write it in the exam paper. No need to memorize, no need to write it in the exam paper, but you can use it to get the, you can just use it to get it. Tn equals a plus n minus 1 times d plus c over 2 n squared minus 3n plus 2. You need to memorize this one if you are using this one. If not, you have to do it manually because you won't be given this one. You won't be taught this one. You should memorize it. Tn equals a plus n minus 1 times d plus c over 2 times n squared minus 3n plus 2. Let's see what this c is. C means, let's get the here. So if I get this common difference, we got it as 18, right? Here, the common difference, again, 42 minus 14. 42 minus 14, it is 28. 80 minus 42, it is 38. 128 minus 80, it is, wait. This is 18. This is 28. This is 38. This is 48. Like, then what about these two? This is 10. This is 10. This is 10. Then when getting A, remember in this way, this is A, this is D, this is C. So this is the way how we get it. A, D, C. D is in the middle. A, first common difference, second common difference. A, D, C. Then plug in the values into this formula. A minus 4 plus n minus 1 times D is 18 plus 10 over 2 n squared minus 3n plus 2. You should memorize this one. Other than that, you'll be unable to use this formula. So minus 4. This is the arithmetic first part. Tn equals a plus n minus 1 times d. You should already know this one. Only this part. C over 2 n squared minus 3n plus 2. You should memorize this part. N squared minus 3n plus 2. So minus 4 plus this one into this one, 18n minus 18. Here 2 times 1, 2 times 5. Then 5n squared minus 15n plus 10. Then 5n squared, 18n minus 15n plus 3n minus 4 plus 10 plus 6 plus 6 minus 18 minus 12. So this is the answer. Memorize the formula. The formula is important. Question 15. Write down the 4 inequalities that define the shaded region. So if you want to define this shaded region, we need to figure out the equation of the 4 boundary lines. So there are 4 boundary lines. First, let's form the 4 equations of these boundary lines. First line is this one, the line which is parallel to this x-axis. How do we write the equation, the line which is parallel to the x-axis? This is the line which passes through the y-axis and it is parallel to the x-axis. Since this line passes through the y-axis, can you see it is just passing through the y-axis? The equation of this line is y equals y equals minus 3. Okay. And this line, this is passing through the x-axis at x equals 0. Therefore, the equation of this line is x equals 0. Remember, the axis is y-axis. Its equation is x equals 0. The axis is x-axis. Its equation is y equals 0. Right now we have these two lines, these two boundary lines, we form the equation. The other equation is, the other line is this one. So this is a slant line. This is the type of equation y equals mx plus c. Y equals mx plus c. Then we need to have gradient and y-intercept. So y-intercept, just by looking at the graph, we can get it. Y-intercept means the line where it cuts the y-axis. So if you go along the line, check out where it cuts the y-axis. Here, this is the position where it cuts the y-axis. Then C I can get as 8. So we found what C is. Now only one thing, we need to get what the gradient is. To get the gradient, you need to have two coordinates. So I'm getting two coordinates. Let's get this coordinate, which is 0, 8. And find another coordinate, which is, let's get this one. It is 4, 0. So I'm getting this one as x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Then we can get m, y difference over x difference, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Then m can be taken as 0 minus 8, 4 minus 0. Then it is minus 2. So the gradient of this line is minus 2. Then equation we are getting y equals minus 2x plus 8. So the equation of this line is y equals minus 2x plus 8. Now we need to get the gradient of this line as well. This one. The position here is 3. Then y-intercept is 3. And let's get this coordinate, which is minus 6, 0, minus 6, 0. And this one 0, 3. And let's get the gradient. M equals y2, which is 3 minus 0, and 0 minus 6. Gradient comes as half. Then equation of that line is y equals half x plus 3. So this is y equals half x plus 3. Now we need to write the inequalities. Now let's convert these as inequalities. Let's move on to this one. Y equals minus 3. Being on this line, to go to the shaded region, here I need to go to this side now. We need to come to this side, right? I'm here. Being on the line, I need to come upwards. When coming upwards, here I'm on minus 3. The values are becoming minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Values are getting increased, right? Y values are getting increased. We are coming above the line to represent the inequality. Therefore, we can write that one inequality is y is greater than or equals minus 3. In the same way, being on this one, being on this line, this one, being on this line, which is the y-axis or x equals 0, I need to go to this side. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. and values are getting again bigger when going to this side. Therefore, we can write x is greater than or equals 0. X values are getting bigger. Now let's come to this equation y equals minus 2x. Here now we are being on this line. We have to go to downwards, right? Coming down. What is happening to y values? Because y equals here y values 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 y values. When coming down, y values are getting smaller. Therefore, we have to write y is smaller than or equals minus 2x plus 8. Now, being on this line again we have to come down. We have to come down here. To represent this region, we have to come down again. Again, y values are getting decreased, coming down. 2, 1, 0, minus 1 coming down. Therefore, again, y is smaller than or equals half x plus 3. Question 16. Here is the velocity time graph for an object. Part A, work out an estimate for the acceleration in meters per minute squared of the object when t equals 1.5. You must show how you get your answer. We need to draw a tangent. Because the gradient of the velocity time graph represents the acceleration. So if you want to get the acceleration, you need to get the gradient of the velocity time graph. So there is no way to get the gradient of a curve. Then there is a way, but in this grade, there is no possibility to do it. So there's only way that you can do it by drawing a tangent. We can get the gradient of the tangent. So drawing the tangent and getting the gradient of the tangent, and you can get the gradient of the tangent, and that gradient can be equated to that relevant point of the curve. Then you can get the acceleration at the point of the curve. So let's draw a tangent when t equals 1.5. Let's label where t equals 1.5 first. So 1, 1.5, 1.5 we are getting exactly here. Now let's draw a tangent when 1.5. We need to draw a tangent when t equals 1.5. Right now, let's get the gradient of this tangent. To get the gradient of the tangent, we need to have 2 points. So I'm getting the coordinate at this point. This is 0.7, 0.7, comma 0. The other one, I'm getting the given point, which is 1.5. Let's get it is 100, 110, 120. Now let's get the gradient. M equals y difference over x difference. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Then 120 minus 0 over 1.5 minus 0.7. Let's plug in the values. 120 minus 0 over 1.5 minus 0.7 equals 150. So the answer is 150. Then the acceleration is 150. There's a range, so you have to be in the range depending on accuracy of this tangent, you would be in the range, within the range 150. Part B, work out an estimate for the distance traveled by the object between t equals 0 and t equals 4. Use 4 strips of equal width. We need to get the distance. We know that area under the velocity time graph equals the distance traveled by the object. So we need to get the area under the graph. To get the area under the graph, we've been asked to use 4 strips of equal width. Then this is the width. Then we have to divide this width into 4 equal strips. So here all the way up to here 4, then we have to use equal width, then 1 by 1 we have to use. So I'm dividing as 1 unit for 1 width, then that since we've been given here 4, then one part should be 1. Right, let's divide it into 4 equal width strips. Right, here the way the height is, when drawing this one, let's get the height. This one is 70. This one is 250. This one is 370. This one is 440 because we need that thing. Let's write them. $70, 250, and 370, and 440. Let's join them now. Now we have 4 figures here. This is figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, figure 4. So we know that area under the curve represents the distance traveled by this object. Then we need to get area separately and add them together. Area under the curve means area of this triangle. So let's get area of this one. How to get the area of triangle? Half into base into height. So half, we know that this is 90 degree. Then base is 1. 1, height is 70. Then the answer is 35. Second figure, it is a trapezium. The area of trapezium is half a plus b times its height. This a plus b means addition of 2 parallel sides. So two parallel sides means this side and this side. They are parallel to each other. Then we need to add 70 plus 250 of this figure. So let's get half 70 plus 250 into height. Height, now this is perpendicular to these 2 sides. Therefore, the height is this one. 2 minus 1. The height is this much. It is 1. Then into 1. Then once we multiplied 0.5 into 70 plus 250, 160. Now figure 3, it is also same formula because it is also trapezium. A is 250, B is 370. Again, height is 1. This is 1. Let's apply 0.5 into 250 into 370. Sorry. 0.5 into 250 plus 370. 310. Figure 4, half into 370 plus 440 times 1. 0.5 into 370 plus 440. 405. Then let's get the total. 35 plus 160 plus 310 plus 405 equal to 910. So that is the total. This is the total distance. Question 17. The table shows information about the average skiing speeds in miles per hour of 150 people. On the grid below, draw a histogram to represent this information. We need to draw a histogram. So this is frequency density graph. To get the frequency density, we know that frequency density equals frequency over class width. Then we need to get class width. How do we get class width? Class width equals, we need to get two class boundaries. Now in this case, 20 minus 10. Then it is 10. That's how we get the class width. We need to subtract two class boundaries. It is not class midpoint. It is two. You have to get the two class boundaries and subtract them. This is 10. In this case, class width is 40 minus 20 equals 20. This one 65 minus 40, which gives out 25. This one 75 minus 65, which gives up 10. Last one 80 minus 75, which gives out 5. So we have class width. Now let's get frequency density. Frequency density equals frequency over class width. So let's get frequency density. The first one we have to get frequency density. So frequency is 11 divided by class width is 10, which gives out 1.1. Next one, frequency. Frequency, remember this is when if you are getting confused with this formula, frequency density. So frequency, they should be in the same level over class width. Next one is frequency, which is 56 divided by class width is 20. Next one 60 divided by class width, which is 25. Next one 70 divided by class width, which is 10. Next one 6 divided by class width, which is 5. Let's get the answers now. 56 divided by 20 equals 2.8. Next one is 60 divided by 25 equals 2.4. Next one 1.7. Next one 6 divided by 5 is 1.2. Right, now the maximum frequency that we have is 2.8. Let's label the frequencies now we have. So I'm labeling it. I'm getting all the way here 1, 2, 3. So let's label the first one. First one is 10 to 20. 10 to 20. Now this is like a bar graph. 10 to 20, it is 1.1. 10 to 20, 1.1. 1.1 is here. Next one is 20 to 40, it is 2.8. 2.8 is here. No, 2.8 is here. Next one is it's 20 to 40. Forty to 65. 40 to 65 is here. Its frequency density is 60. Yes, 2.4. Next one, 65 to 75. Its frequency density is 1.7. 1.7 is here. Last one, 75 to 80. 65 to 75. Next one is 75 to 80. Its frequency density is 1.2. 1.2. Right. This is frequency density graph. Part B. Find an estimate for the number of people with an average skiing speed between 35 miles per hour and 50 miles per hour. So we need to identify the region first. Let's identify the region first. 35 is from here. After that, 50 is from here. Right now we need to get the area, the frequency represent the area of this one and the area of the other one. We need to get the area of this bar and the area of this one because frequency represent by the area of the bar. Let's get the area of this one. Now this is 35. Let's get 35 to 40 bar. 35 to 40 bar. So how do we get the area? This is a rectangle, length into breadth. Let's get length into breadth. Length is 35 to 40, it is 5. 5 into height is, this is 2.8 plus this one, length is 40 to 50, which is 10. 10 into the height, which is 2.4. 2.4. Then use the cal and get 5 into 2.8 plus 10 into 2.4, which gives out 38. Then the answer is 38. Question 18. A, B and C are points on a circle, center O and radius 12 centimeters. AOC is a diameter of the circle. Angle OBC is 38 centimeters. Calculate the area of the shaded segment. Give your answer correct to 2 decimal place. Now we need to get the area of the shaded segment. First, you need to know these parts. Now, if I take out a part from the circle like this, we call this part a sector of a circle. You have to take it out from the center. Now, circle should be like this, and you need to cut it out from the center. Okay. If the circle is like this, and if there is a center here, if you cut the shape like this from the center, this part is known as the sector, minor sector. This is minor sector, this is major sector. This sector to be cut out necessarily from the center, not from anywhere else, from the center. Then this is radius, this is radius. This angle, we label it as theta. Right, those are the things. And this length, we know that it is arc length. This is simple L, arc length. And this is sector area. Right, these are the fundamental stuff. And if you cut one part from this sector like this, we call this line, there is a special name for this line. This line is known as a chord. The name for this line is chord. When there is a chord, this chord divides this circle into 2 parts. And this part is known as a segment. So there is a segment like this. Here, this is also a segment. So this is a minor segment. So if you want to get this segment area, you can get the area of the sector, minus area of the triangle. If you take away the area of the triangle from this sector, the remaining part is segment. Then this is the way how you are getting the area of the segment. Now our goal is taking the area of the segment. Right, now let's see how to get the area of the sector first. To get the area of the sector, we know that the formula is theta over 360 pi r squared. Because since this part is part of a circle, area of a circle is pi r squared. Since this is part of the circle, theta over 360 pi r squared. minus area of triangle half AB sine C. Now let's get the angle then. Then you have to have this angle. Now this is our sector. This is the sector that we are discussing about. So now this is the sector, then this is the theta. If you need to get this angle then, right? Right, now I know that this is radius, this is also radius, this is also radius. Therefore, here you are getting an isosceles triangle. Therefore, this is 38, this is also 38, right? Now we got 38 there. Now, if I have this triangle, if I consider this triangle, this is angle at circumference, this is angle at center, right? Then this angle is 2 times of this one, because this is angle at circumference, this is angle at center. Then theta equals 38 into 2. Angle at center equals 2 times angle at circumference. Right, then theta equals 76. Now this is 76 degrees. Then we have theta. Then area of sector we can get it. (76 over 360 into pi into r). Now, is r given in this question? R is not given. Is r given? Here 12 centimeters is given. A, B, C are points on a circle with center O and radius 12. Yes, R is given. This is 12 centimeters. This is 12 centimeters. So we have radius which is 12. So 12 squared. So let's get the value with this one. 76 into pi into 12 squared over 360. 152 over 5 pi. Right. This is the area of sector. Now let's get the area of the triangle. Area of the triangle. Area of the triangle half AB sine C. This is 12. This is 12. This is 76. So we can get it half 12 into sine 76. Then 0.5 into 12 squared into sine 76. 69.861. Right. Then segment area. Equals 152 over 5 pi minus 69.861. 152 pi over 5 minus this answer 25.64. So the answer is 25.6. Question 19. The diagram shows triangle ABC and triangle APQ. AQ equals 3AC. The point E lies on line CB such that C is to EB equals 2 is to 3. Vector AE equals A, vector AC equals B. Express vector QB in terms of A and B. Give your answer in its simplest form. Now we need to get QB. Let's label the information that we've been given here. First thing that we've been given here is AQ equals 3AC. 3 times AC. AC is given as B. Then AQ equals 3B. AQ equals 3B. Let's label it. AQ equals 3B. AQ. Right, this is AQ. AQ equals 3B. AC is given in the question, which is B. Then CQ has to be 2B because everything here should be 3B. This much is given in the question as B. Then this much should be 2B. And we've been given here AE. AE is this much as A. And what else? We've been given here CE. CE 2 is to 3. C is to EB 2 is to 3. Right. And the other one is we need to get QB. We need to get QB. Right. Let's write the vector path for QB then. So if I write vector path for Q to B, you need to get the start from Q. Then I'm writing QC to CB. QC and CB. QC, we got it as here Q to C minus 2B because we are in reverse way, minus 2B. It is C to B equals 2B. We are coming from Q to C, so it is minus 2B. CB, we don't know it is, right? CB. Right, for this, we've been given here information. Let's use it. Can you see here we've been given we've been given here CE to EB equals 2 to 3. When a ratio is given like this, we can write this one as a fraction. CE to EB can be written as 2 to 3. Okay. After that, I can write 3CE, I'm cross multiplying, 3CE equals 2EB. Then I'm getting what EB here is. EB equals 3 over 2 CE. Just keep it here because we need this one. Right. We have this relationship. We got it from here. Using this one, we got it. Right. CE, we can get what CE is easily. CE equals, how to go to C to E? CA plus AE. Order matters. CA plus AE. CA, again going reverse way, minus B. AE is A. Then A minus B. Now we can you see now we can get what EB is? We can get what EB is. EB. Let's get what EB here is. Then EB equals 3 over 2 times CE. A minus B. Right. Now we need to get what CB here. To get QB, we need to have CB here without getting CB. CB. CB can be taken in this way. CB means CE plus EB, right? Right. CE is CE, we got it, minus B plus A. EB CE we have here A minus B. EB we got here 3 over 2 times A minus B. So let's simplify this one. A minus B plus 3 over 2A minus 3 over 2B. So let's simplify here. A plus 3 over 2A means 5 over 2A. Here minus B minus 3 over 2 means minus 5 over 2A. Right, we have CB now. Now we can get what QB is, right? Let's get what QB is now. Then we can get what QB is. QC plus CB. So QC is minus 2B. CB is, here we got it, 5 over 2A minus 5 over 2A. Which gives out here, once we simplify here, minus 2 B here B. So once we simplify this one, minus 9B over 2 plus 5 over 2A. This is the answer. Question 20. The diagram shows a solid pyramid ABCDE on horizontal ground. The base BCDE of the pyramid is a square with sides of length 14 centimeters. The vertex A of the pyramid is vertically above the midpoint of BD. The angle between AB and the base of the pyramid is 68 degrees. Calculate the volume of the pyramid. Give your answer correct to two significant figure. Right. So here the base BCDE of the pyramid is a square. We know that all four sides are equal. Then we've been given that this side is 14 centimeters. Then this side is also 14 centimeters. What else? The vertex of A. So if we get this one, this is the vertex. It straight away lands on the midpoint of the base. So this is, let's get this one as the point O. This is point O. This is the midpoint. And if I draw here the line, this one, this line, this is the line, this diagonal and this perpendicular line, they meet up. And this line is, it is 90 degrees. Okay. And what else that we've been given? The angle between AB and the base of the pyramid is 68 degrees. So this angle is 68. This one is 68. Base is the bottom, base and AB. It is given as 68 degrees. Right, we need to calculate the volume. So volume is given here 1/3 area of the base. Area can be taken here length into breadth because this is a square. So 14 into 14. So we are done with this part. Perpendicular height. Perpendicular height is this one. We need to get this one. So to get this one, we have this triangle, 90-degree triangle. Then we need to get this length. This length. Yes, we can get this length because this base is a square. Then we have here 90-degree triangle. Okay, let's get this length first. Because to get this height, we need to get this length first. Let's figure out this full length first. BD. Let's write it in this way. Considering the base, let's draw this triangle. I'm drawing this triangle. BC, let's draw first BC. Let's draw BC first. BC, CD, and then the slant height. This is B, this is C, this is D. This is 90 degree. This is, now if we get this one, this full length, if we get full length, this is the square of the base. This is the square of the base. Considering square of the base, this is E. So I'm considering this triangle of this one. This is the diagonal. If we consider this one, we know that this side is 14, this side is 14. Then we can apply Pythagoras theorem for this one. Let's apply Pythagoras theorem. Then I can write that BD squared equals BC squared plus DC squared. Then 14 squared plus 14 squared. Then if I want to get BD, I need to get root of this one. Then BD equals root of 14 squared plus 14 squared. It is 19.798. 19.798. Now we need to get the midpoint, which is BO. Here, O, here. So let's get BO. What BO is? For BO equals 19.798 divided by 2, which gives out divide by 2, 9.899. 9.899. So we have now BO. We have this length now. We have this length now. Now we need to get this one. We have this length. We have this angle. Now let's consider this triangle. Let's draw that triangle again. I'm going to draw it. First AO, after that OB, after that BA. Label it. AOB. I know that ABO angle is 68 degrees and BO is 9.899. We need to get this height, right? This is the perpendicular height. We need to get it. So let's get it. We have this one. We have this angle. We need to get this one. Let's apply SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. So considering this is 90 degree, then this is hypotenuse. We don't have it, so we have to ignore it. We have this one which is opposite because this is the angle. Considering this angle, we know this is opposite side. This is adjacent, opposite, adjacent, which is this ratio to be picked, which is tan. Then tan 68 equals height over 9.899, then height equals 9.899 into tan 68. So let's use the cal. 9.899 into tan 68, which gives out 24.502. So height equals 24.502. So we are done with height. Now we can straight away get the volume. So let's get the volume now. Volume equals 1/3 base area, which is 14 into 14 into perpendicular height, which is 24.502 equals, let's use a cal, 1/3 into 14 into 14 into 24.502, which gives out 1607. 1607. Then the answer is two significant figures, 1600.